Hello friends, I'm Fuzzy Viper Shark, and today is going to be a little bit of a different kind of Who Remembers video. So everybody's heard of Madden. If you've played video games, you heard of NFL Madden, and now they're up to Madden 24.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
But this is Madden 7 with, do you even know who that is? The Madden cover athlete of Madden 07, Sean Alexander, running back for the Seattle Seahawks. Why am I showing you this? Personally, this is hands down my favorite Madden game. I've tried numerous other Maddens after this year, but for me, this is my favorite, and not just Madden 07. You've noticed, probably, that it's on the Wii. I love that it's on the Wii. The controls for the game are tremendous. You actually get a throw. You actually have to swing your arm to kick. It's great. You have to thrust the remotes forward to do a hit stick. You gotta swing your arm to throw, to bat down the pass. It's awesome. So I'm going to walk you through just a little bit of what I remember about the game and how it differs from today's game. I'm not a critic of today's game. I'm not going to go in depth with what's wrong with everything. There's plenty of other people that do that. I'm just going to show you why I love this game and some things that probably haven't been in Madden for a very long time. Right there, classic example of a loading screen tip, where juking, you swing your nunchuck left or right while sprinting. Like, they don't make them like they used to. Come on.
Here we are at Giant Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey for this contest. Welcome to this game.
And before I started recording, I turned off all of the songs because I'm sure they're all copyrighted. So hopefully I don't get into any kind of trouble with that. But they have their EA tracks, and we'll get into that. I'm just going to do a little bit of demonstrating of how the gameplay goes for Madden 7 on the Wii. I know I have to press A and then swing my arm up to kick the ball.
It's on its way.
Which I might change so it's on screen because that is great. And another game that I haven't played in so long, so I do not remember exactly all the rules. Well, not the rules. I remember the rules. What buttons are which to change? Oh yeah, there's Jonathan Vilma. I just pressed B. I didn't even do that. The computer did it all on its own. Well, there we are. We are on offense. And we're going to do a passing play just for the demonstration of what a pass looks like in this really old game. And of course, the Madden challenges that pop up after you complete something. Oh yeah, and to hike the ball, you got to swing the remote up.
Was his intended target.
We have Al Michaels and John Madden as the commentators for our game. Madden cards, from my understanding, I have never used any of them, but you earn them as you play games. Apparently, I have 72 cheat cards available, one being Bronze Curtis Martin. Playing this card gives me a 25% ratings boost for one player, and I can choose to play this card for the duration of one play. And they're essentially cheat codes that you earn throughout every game that you play. So that was just a quick play now match, but as you'll see, I can select historic teams. I have the 68 Jets, the Jets that won Super Bowl III. I have the 82 Jets, 85, all Jets, which I don't know, I'm not a critic, I don't know if they do this in newer Madden games. But the historic teams, they don't have the players necessarily. They might have just their numbers. But the all Jets, they're going to take the best of the Jets throughout their Jets history and put them on a team. That's how they get 93 overall. So if I just want to body the Bills, I can do that. Or I can go against the 90 Bills, 91 Bills, the 92 Bills. The 93 Bills are locked for some reason. I don't know why, but those are, I think, the 4 years in a row that the Bills made the Super Bowl and lost every time. And then we have all Bills. And then, of course, Stadium Select. We have East Rutherford, New Jersey, Giant Stadium at the Meadowlands, or I can go to the Lions, Ford Field, Lambeau, Bank of America when it was called Bank of America, Gillette Stadium, Oakland when the Raiders were in Oakland, because this is 2006 into the 2007 season, so a lot of these names don't exist anymore. Metrodome, which famously collapsed in 2000 something. Back when the Pro Bowl was in Honolulu, Hawaii. They also honor some European League teams. I don't know the whole history of that, but we have the Admirals, we have the Sea Devils, the Centurions, and a bunch of other European teams that you can play as in this game who are terrible comparatively to the NFL teams. And there they are. Even against the 5-11 Bills, who are 74 overall, the Admirables. The Admirables. Admirals at 58, Centurions 59, 68, which I'm going to quickly go over and see who the lowest overall NFL team is. This is really throwing me for a loop since it's been so long since this season and since I've played this game. But the Steelers, 11-5, 96 overall, just for comparison. We have a 93 overall Seahawks, a 94 overall Panthers, a 95 overall Colts, and a 90 overall Denver Broncos. I found that the lowest overall team in this game are the 4-12 49ers. Oh, yes, of course. And then you can unlock the AFC Hall of Fame team, the NFC Hall of Fame team, who I have unlocked for some reason. I don't know how. Maybe I'll go through quick and just show you what each team looked like this year. Look at that defense on the Bears. 94 overall on the Bengals. '97 Chiefs. I'll have to look up what their offense is in the current Madden. But a 97 overall offense on the Chiefs is wild. Just because it's so high. A 99 overall Colts. We're going to go through their roster. That's obviously the highest rated offense. So we're going to go through their roster at some point and see who's all on it. I have a couple of people in mind that I remember being on this team. And we'll go through the Panthers as well. Okay, so now I would like to show you some game modes. I might not get into all the game modes today, but show you what they have. Of course, they have franchise mode. They have NFL Superstar. I don't know why it's colon and then subtitled Hall of Fame, but you get to make your own player, start from the ground up, go through the whole career. I think you can pick any position on the field you can play as: punter, kicker, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, linebacker, anything. Then we have mini games, of course. Mini games, you can go through mini camp, do a rushing attack, and just a 2-minute drill. Mini camp is probably one of my favorite parts of a franchise. So in mini camp, you have your skills, of course: rookie, pro, all Madden, and you have to unlock the next skill level by getting at least, I'm assuming, a bronze in the previous skill level. So all of these are unlocked for rookie, and then for pro, only the pro pocket presence is unlocked because I think that's a bronze. And then if I were to get a bronze in Denver, then I would get the all-pro pocket presence in Miami, and so on. And you'd have to do that for each one of these. Now, it's a little different in franchise mode, where you actually start on rookie, and then once you complete rookie, you go to the next level, and the higher level that you complete, the more points you'll earn for that player to go towards their overall. And of course, the higher level trophy that you get, the more points you can add. Now, there's a little cheese tactic when it comes to adding skill points to a player, and I don't think I'm at the point in franchise where I'm at a minicamp, so I'll explain it to you. I mean, it's really simple. So you need, I think, at least 3 points to do this. It's up to 7. If you got gold on all Madden, you would earn 7 points towards this player's overall. Or you put these points towards a player's skill. If it's a receiver, it'll be catching or juke move or whatever, you know? And with 3 points, on this version specifically that I know of, if you hold down the right direction on the D-pad, because that's how you add the points, you just hold it down, it will skip 3 and go to 4. I don't know why it does this, but instead of adding the points individually, 1, 2, 3, if you have at least 3 points and just hold down the button to add the points, all 3 points to one skill level, it'll skip 3 and go to 4. Now what you can do is take those points off, you'll get those 3 points back, and whatever skill level you just improved will have an additional point if you have 3 points. And you can do that over and over again and essentially get an infinite number of skill points, and you can do this for every skill that player has. This is probably one of my favorite minicamp drills, chase and tackle. So 2,000 points, you'll get a gold, 1475, silver, 800 for bronze. There's a little bit of tutorial for you. Chase the halfback as quickly as possible. Attempt to dive, which I would always press B to tackle. I would never do anything else. I don't know why. It was just something I always did. Z on the nunchuck to sprint, and then you can push the Wii remote forward to actually try to strip the ball from the carrier. So let's see how well I do.
Whoops.
Not a good start for me, but hey, a user tackle bonus. That was embarrassing. And there is a big hit whiff. I just pushed both of the remotes forward. And just like that, easy enough, we got over 2,000 points for gold. Which, this just being a minigame. Oh, I did earn something. Madden card number 194, third down.
It's the EA Radio Show with Tony Bruno.
I love the radio show. The radio show is very dynamic. It actually adds a great environment to the game. But here on this menu, we have a ton of different options. This is my playthrough as the Florida Geckos. We'll get to custom teams because the reason why I picked this game is because I love customization when it comes to something that you can use in a game, like a team, or if it's a racing game, what kind of cars or liveries or mods you can put on the car, anything. I really love that about a game, and that is something that I know that Madden has taken away from us, and probably one of the biggest reasons why I don't play newer Maddens. I just love the customization. I love being able to kind of create whatever I want to as far as, in this case, a franchise. The Geckos. Come on, they're geckos. And as the Florida Geckos, I had to replace a team, and if I'm not mistaken, I replaced the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here we have game plans and breakdowns. It goes into depth. everything. This is for the opponent that's coming up. Gives you a nice storyline. You can go into a newspaper and it'll show you your local newspaper and then your national newspaper. Look at that. That's some good news if I ever gonna play the Panthers. Perry will be missed. Packers rout Cardinals. Saints slip by Texans. All that good stuff. And then I can go to the local newspaper, which should show something to Jacksonville Observer because I took over Jacksonville Jaguars. And of course, when I do this, I do a fantasy draft. My quarterback is Alex Smith, who is 6 years pro at this point. Ryan Fitzpatrick, who is also 6 years pro and doesn't even have an avatar. Jamal Holland is not happy. He wants to be traded, and that is something that you won't see in today's games, where players will tell you what they're thinking, their totals, their bonuses, their year length, all this good stuff. He's not happy, so I would have to make him happy as a franchise owner. Yeah, free agents, trade block, trade player who Jamal Holland wants to be traded, so I could put him on the trade block, see what I could get for him. And look at that fan support. Oh my gosh, I can set prices, and with fan support being so high, I could increase the prices, but I probably wouldn't because my average attendance is not filling the bowl. And $56 for an upper level seat nowadays, that's crazy. You can do concessions, merchandise, parking, advertising to try to get people into the game, a fan appreciation day, which I'm pretty sure you can only do once a year. This is my board of advisors. Fan support hasn't changed. It's telling me all this stuff. This changes weekly. It'll tell you who's happy, who's not happy. Oh, look, some fans are starting to grumble about our food prices, even though it said everything was okay. But maybe to get more people into the game, I would lower the food prices, and that, of course, would show up on an expense report. I think at the end of the week or season, I can look at it. Oh yeah, balance sheet right there. Right now, my net income is minus $12 million, so I'm operating at a very good level right now. That was a joke. Here it explains my franchise / team compared to the rest of the NFL. My team salary, $140 million, that's 29th. QB average for the NFL is 92, mine's 88, and then you can compare it to the rest of the league. Look at my kicker punter overall, 99 overall. I make sure I have the best kickers and punters because I think that's where the games are won and lost. And same thing with the coaches. They're I can't remember what these little acronyms are, but whatever motivation I'm assuming that is, 86, league average league average is 77. So he's a great motivator. That is not Bill Belichick. That is Billick. I look at that every time and think it's Belichick, and I don't know why. We have Josh McDaniels, Jack Del Rio, John Harbaugh, maybe. Could be either one, really. This is my stadium. It holds every single upgrade, has 75,000 for capacity. I named it the Villa for some reason. The rating is excellent. The maintenance is a lot, but it's a great stadium that I am not filling. And of course the city. This is Jacksonville, Florida. This is way more in-depth than you would find in newer Maddens today, but it's just great information that as a nerd I like to look at. The All-Pro skill level gives me enough of a challenge without it being impossible, and the 8-minute quarter length I have found gives me close to what you would expect for an average player for stats throughout the season. Because if I did 15-minute quarters, everything would be almost doubled, and if I did less, then it would look kind of silly. So I think that's what I found over the years, that 8-minute quarters work the best as far as giving me pseudo-accurate statistics for players when it goes to simulations. After all those game modes, we have features. And in those features, you can create a fan, player, team, playbook, all kinds of stuff. And what I'm going to be doing for the franchise is I will be creating a team. And like I said, this is one of my favorite things about Madden 07. I've already created 2 teams. I would, for a new franchise, create a new team. So if you care, you can leave me suggestions for what you want to see in an NFL team. We have a bunch of different logos. We can do any alphabet letter. So if it doesn't have an exact logo, we'll just go like the Browns route and have no logo. Or like the Chicago Bears, they just have a C. We can do stuff like that. But these are the generic logos, and I have found that, again, this is the most range that I've seen in a logo selection as far as Maddens go. Garnet Arts, Tyrone, Anchor, Baboon, Bandit, Baron. I'm not going to name every single one, but there's a ton. I have Madden 12, for example, and there's not even this many in Madden 12. I don't know why they cut down on so many logos. If you remember, I just love the amount of logos that they have. And of course, you can do like any color. Three different sharks, I gotta love that. Four different tigers. And a Yeti. And maybe I'll take out a couple of other teams and replace them with some, not random, but different teams that you wouldn't see in the NFL. So, for example, maybe I would replace the Panthers with the Geckos, or make a new team for Carolina, or give Denver a new team, something like that. Just to give you something new to look at, because the league has been the same since 2002, and because you can replace current teams with new ones that you can create, that's what makes it fun. For me, anyway. Now I just want to go through and highlight some of the players that are on these teams in 2006, 2007, and what makes some of them so good. So I remember that the Indianapolis Colts had a 99 overall offense, and starting with a 99 overall 30-year-old Peyton Manning. Or this is what I remember from the Indianapolis Colts during this era. You had Marvin Harris and Reggie Wayne as wide receivers. These guys were top of the league. They had a pretty decent offensive line, 95 overall Tariq Glenn. Okay, 76. But the center, Jeff Saturday. I went to the Hall of Fame recently, and they had a little article about the Manning Saturday matchup and how they were so good together, how they just, obviously, with a 99 overall offense, they were a team to watch every Sunday. A 98 overall Dwight Freeney. Of course, the great Adam Vinatieri, 97 overall kicker. Oh, Mike Vick, who was also a cover athlete, I think it was 2004, and is currently an analyst. Warwick Dunn was a prominent running back in the day. Algie Crumpler, you never hear that name anymore, but he was a great tight end. There's a baby Eli. Tiki Barber, who is also an analyst now. Jeremy Shockey, another great tight end. And of course on the Packers you have Brett Favre, followed by the next up-and-coming Hall of Famer, Aaron Rodgers, who I think this was his rookie season, or if not, this was his second season. I don't remember, but of course you have Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers on the Packers. We get to the Panthers. Jake Delhomme, 92 overall. Deshaun Foster, 87. Nothing to sneeze at. Steve Smith, powerhouse of the league. And of course, who can forget Julius Peppers? Tom Brady, at 29 years old, a 98 overall. A baby Drew Brees, 27 years old, 90 overall. Matt Hasselbeck, who I also think does some commentary nowadays, a little bit here and there. I think I've seen him on TV, 93 overall. And there's the cover athlete, Sean Alexander, 28 years old, 98 overall. Another really young future Hall of Famer, maybe, 24-year-old Ben Roethlisberger, 92 overall on, of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers, with Hines Ward leading the receiving corps. Look at that rookie Vince Young, 23-year-old, 82 overall. So I guess because it says rookie next to number 10, this is not Aaron Rodgers' rookie year, but it is Vince Young's. And quickly to go through some notable free agents this year for whatever reason. I'm sure some of these players at least made a roster or maybe eventually retired, but a 95 overall Fred Beasley. Again, I haven't played the newer Maddens, but I don't even know if fullbacks are even a position that needs to get filled in current Maddens. Left outside linebacker Jamie Sharper, 90 overall or 91 overall. Jeff Mitchell, 90 overall. Mostly linemen and fullbacks. Oh, there is one more person I want to show you who I think is kind of a little bit of a, not a cheat code, but it is a little known fact to have him on your roster if you're going to build a franchise and start with a fantasy draft. A great player to have. You can get him kind of late in the rounds. And that player is a running back, of course. So by the time you get to your first pick in the fantasy draft, if you're starting a franchise, a lot of these halfbacks are going to be gone. Obviously, Sean Alexander is like a top 5 player. Another group of people that are usually gone right away are going to be Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. I think Peyton Manning is almost always one of the first 2 to go. Sean Alexander quickly behind. But the player that you can get really late as far as his position goes, and why I never worry about getting a halfback right away, is because of Reggie Bush. Yes, a Reggie Bush, his rookie year. That's why the computer in a fantasy draft looks over him. He'll usually stay there until maybe the 7th round. But if you get Reggie Bush in the first 5 rounds, you'll be set. You can build a pretty decent team. I think you could even wait longer than that. I don't know the exact science. But Reggie Bush, 21, so, and again, his rookie year, he'll stay on your roster for a very long time. 97 speed. Wise man always told me that you can't teach speed. Not the strongest, but a very elusive back. 98 overall. Look at all the other players that are around this area of halfbacks. But a 98 agility. LaDainian Tomlinson is the next closest. Clinton Portis as well. But they're going to be gone. Oh, a 97 Warwick Dunn. Yes, yes. Very notable as well. But older. A 96. Brian Westbrook. But older. And of course, still not as much as a 98. His acceleration is tremendous. He's a great receiving back, the highest that you can see on the chart right now. He can be a little fumble prone, but you can teach that. So Reggie Bush is always a player that I pick in the fantasy draft. Another player that I always pick in the fantasy draft when I do a franchise, who I've already gone over before, and why I don't pick a quarterback right away, because a lot of these players are gone immediately within the first 2 rounds at the very least. So I typically wait to get a 79 overall Aaron Rodgers. Again, 1-year pro. He's really young. He will be on your franchise for a long time. You can build that up. Decent stats, his throw power, accuracy, but compared to all these other guys, they are a little older. Oh, a Jay Cutler. That's interesting. Maybe I'll go with a Jay Cutler when I start the franchise. But I've always just went with Aaron Rodgers. Why does Josh McCown have a 10 kick return? Very high stamina, a very high injury resistance. So does Jay Cutler as well. But we all know how each of their careers went in hindsight. But now these are the Madden cards and the Madden books. So there are all my tokens that I have, which apparently I have far less than I thought. I thought I had like 5,300. Now I only have 1,300. I don't know what that's all about. But you can buy these cards. Do I want to buy a new pack? No, I don't. But you can get these cards. You can look at them, show them, or it shows you what they do. This gives 25% ratings boost until the end of the current half. So that sounds like a pretty decent card to me. And you can essentially use all these cards as cheat codes throughout the game. Oh, apparently I have spent tokens. I've spent 4,000. I'm not sure on what. I don't feel like I've bought any cards, but who knows what I'm spending those points on. It's been a very long time. But here are all the tokens that I've earned and what level and what for. Make a 50-yard field goal. That's not terribly hard. 96 tokens from recording 8 tackles with 1 player, and another 96 tokens earned from completing 60-yard passes. Now, it's not 96 tokens for 1. I wish it just gave me the breakdown. Oh, maybe, okay, I'm an idiot. I get 4 points for completing it on rookie, 8 for pro, 12 for all pro, 16 for all Madden. That's what that is. So I did these on all pro. I only have 1 of these on all pro. I didn't do it on all Madden. I am a little child that doesn't play on all Madden. But I will. I was a small child. I've grown up. We're going to do it. But I get tokens. Yeah, token scale, of course. That makes so much more sense now. And of course, level 1s are the easiest to complete. 40-yard field goals, 50-yard punts, 7 points or under. But this is where I've earned the most tokens. 1 reception by 3 different players. Not that hard to do. 20-yard run, pretty decently medium-ish difficulty. Complete a 30-yard pass. Again, you could probably do that once a game. No offensive fumbles. That should be a goal for every game. Intercept a pass on defense. I don't know how many times I've done that, but I've earned 270 points from that. Sacking the opposing quarterback, 222. And of course, what I've earned the most tokens on, record 3 tackles with 1 player, which is easy enough in my opinion because I usually only play as 1 player on defense. Or you can quickly switch to another player, and I'm assuming this is a user tackle. 1,596 tokens from that. And of course, the thing that I am most afraid of getting copyright stricken or not being able to have a video uploaded because I don't know the exact rules on what's copyrighted and not as far as music goes. But the soundtracks of Madden 2007, again, in my opinion, I think this is one of the greatest soundtracks of a Madden. And they're playing the song, so hopefully I'm talking loud enough over the music, or I'm just going to have to mute the audio. I don't know. But anyway, 30 Seconds of Mars, AFI, Anti-Flag, Audio Slave. We have a lot of good bands that I personally like. Lupe Fiasco, the instrumental, that's one of my favorites. Monsters, you can find that on Guitar Hero 3. Drones by Rise Against, one of my favorite bands. red jumpsuit apparatus, the sleeping, don't hold back, again on Guitar Hero 3, Wolf Mother Woman by Wolf Mother. You can also find that on another Guitar Hero. And then I don't know if the NFL Films Madden mixes are copyrighted, but I turn them off anyway just in case. You can just look up any of these songs, and I think you'll have a good time with that. So another enjoyable aspect of Madden 2007, which is, again, why I find it to be one of my favorite. I'm going to leave it off from here. I will be getting into this as far as a franchise goes, so I'm going to create that. And if you've made it this far, I can't thank you enough for watching. I am just very passionate about these old games. It brings me back to my childhood, takes the edge off of life, and I hope that you can look back on either some of these games or any games from your own childhood, whether it's now or in the future, and remember the good times that you've had with them. Regardless, I'm just rambling again. Please like and subscribe, stick around, stay a while. The water's fine. I'm Fuzzy Viper Shark. Peace.